Most protests in this country have involved public parks, crowded streets, and government buildings. But not today, because today protesters used cyberspace to get their message out there. And if you went to the internet today and the site was blacked out, you saw this firsthand. Dan Levy joins us live now in the studio with tonight's top story. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening, Jess. During a time of ongoing civil unrest, today turned into a demonstration of cyber unrest as the internet filled up with protest messages in opposition to anti-piracy legislation that is now making its way through Congress. As one of the most popular sites on the World Wide Web, Wikipedia's 24-hour shutdown has raised worldwide awareness of their online opposition to the Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA.
I think that the bill is certainly overreaching and not well thought out.
Melanie Beam is Director of Sales and Business Development for Internet company WSG in Saratoga Springs. She's among the many who are opposed to SOPA.
Certainly, I think that some people should be able to get paid for some of their content. I have no issue with that. But I think that having the government police that at this point is a little bit overreaching.
The legislation is supported by the film and music industries, but tech companies like Wired magazine say the restrictions are tantamount to censorship.
Punish everyone and arguably destroy the internet with regulations that have never existed before and which will have consequences that we cannot really predict.
The Senate's bill, Protect Intellectual Property Act, is aimed at targeting foreign internet sites. It's estimated that 7,000 websites, including Google and Craigslist, took part in the online opposition. Local author Takis Dikas says although his intellectual property needs to be protected, that shouldn't be the job of the government.
The people need to establish their own type of watchdogs, companies, individuals, community groups establish their own type of watchdog and set up their own software to prevent all this hacking.
Facebook is ultimately free. We get to use these things for free. If they have to police these things in the way that these bills are suggesting, that's going to create an enormous stretch for them as well, which could trickle down to saying, hey, you guys are going to have to pay to use our services too.
Many of you today, no doubt, tried to log on to Google and saw the Google logo blacked out. You were also directed on various websites to a page where you could add your name to a petition against the legislation. Now, even though the film and music industries do carry plenty of clout, President Obama has already gone on record saying he will veto any privacy bill that's too broad in its focus. Reporting live, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.